Hey, my name is Eddie McCain. I'm the candidate for South Carolina's House seat District 39, which is western Lexington County and about 2/3 of Saluda County. And I want to tell you a little story. About 20 years ago, while I was in the Army, I was stationed at the National Training Center, Fort Irwin, California. It's in the middle of the Mojave Desert where we trained in desert warfare. And we were located about 3 hours from Los Angeles and about 3 hours from Las Vegas. We were right there in the middle. And Sharon, my wife, and I, and some friends of ours, we decided we'd go check out Las Vegas. And I remember standing there on the Las Vegas Strip, just amazed at all the wealth on that strip. I remember reading a book about Caesar's Palace, which is a casino resort there on the Strip, where it cost Caesar's Palace, this was back, gosh, in probably 1991, cost them over $1 million a day just to operate. So that gives you an idea of the magnitude of wealth that's in that city and on that strip. And I was talking to one of my friends about it, who was with me, and he said, well, you know where they get all this money, don't you? I said, what do you mean? He said, they get all this money from clowns like you and me who come to Vegas and think we can win. You know, and I never forgot that. You know, the reason why Las Vegas is so freaking wealthy is because there's people like me and people like you who go to Vegas hoping that we'll win the big jackpot, and instead of winning the big jackpot, we wind up leaving a bunch of money behind. Well, right now, I am standing in Lexington, South Carolina, in the county parking lot. Right behind me, this cathedral building that you see here, this is the Lexington County Administration Office, which is pretty much dedicated to one thing, and that's taking your money. When you ride by here and you see this cathedral, and you see how pretty it is, and you go inside and you see the spiral staircase, I just want you to keep in mind that they got the money to build this nice structure from you and me, from your property taxes. As a matter of fact, we may just walk inside here in a few minutes. We'll do it on the sneak. You know, I won't try to draw a lot of attention to myself. And you'll see people lined up, just like I was lined up here a few weeks ago to pay property taxes. I had to pay property taxes on my truck and on my wife's vehicle. I have a problem when government employees have a far higher standard of working environment than the average small business person. To me, it's just not right. And it's not just this building, but if you go over here on Highway 6 and ride over toward Red Bank, there's another government building that a Lexington County official was talking to me about here recently, where the county spent over $8 million renovating. That's for, I believe, the Department of Juvenile Justice. But it's just a lot of taxpayer money being spent on buildings like this here, which is totally unnecessary. You and I can't afford, normally, most of us can't afford to work in cathedral-type office settings like this right here. So why should the county be doing it? Particularly when the county doesn't earn any money. They get their money from you and I. And it's not where we're volunteering to give them the money. It's where they are forcing us to give the money. The government never voluntarily receives money from you and I. They take money by force, meaning if you refuse to pay your taxes on your house, what happens? They'll take your house away from you. If you refuse to pay taxes on your vehicle, what happens? You won't be allowed to drive your vehicle. And in turn, they take that money, and this is what we get for it, right here. Now, I'm going to take this camera, and hopefully this little magic button right here will allow me to flip it